Why did I buy a PlayArts Kai? What's up everybody, Malware here with another video review. This time, the PlayArts Kai Metal Gear Solid 5 Venom Snake. Now to start out, I do not buy PlayArts Kais, which I will explain in a minute. This is actually the very first Venom Snake figure to come out from Metal Gear Solid 5. And that is why I picked it up, because I figured why the hell not? It's the first one, maybe get a good look at it, see how the rest of the line might turn out, because I am skeptical about PlayArts Kais. For those who don't know, PlayArts Kai is a notoriously bad toy line with full of QC errors, paint errors, broken pieces, and just poor build quality. Of the PlayArts and PlayArts Kai that I have owned, the longest I've ever kept one is about a week, and then I shipped it off back to eBay where it came from, because I was not only scared of it breaking, but some of them did break, which is a problem. Now luckily, this one so far, it's not broken. It's actually pretty good. Spoiler alert. So let's get into it. Let's look at it. The first thing I wanted to look at is Venom Snake's accessory count, which is pretty damn good. He comes with an extra hood or cape part to cover his mouth. He comes with a second head with goggles, as seen in the newer art of the figure. It comes with a knife, which does fit in his sheath. An extra clip for the PlayArts stand, which I'm not a big fan of, and we'll get to that in a second. His stun pistol. It comes with the iDroid as well. Now, here's the thing about it. The antenna is not... None of it is rubbery plastic. Let's see if I can focus on that. Oh, it's not going to focus. So the antenna itself is really easy to break off. And that's not a good thing. I kind of wish it were more of a rubbery plastic so it could be a little more malleable, because this thing would break off in seconds. It is tiny. I don't get it. Make it a little thicker, guys. It shouldn't be that hard. He comes with his not AK from the trailers, and also the same gun that the guards use in Ground Zeroes, if you remember that game. And he doesn't come with the gun he does use in Ground Zeroes, though. You'll have to get the Ground Zeroes one, obviously. And as for hands, he actually comes with a special hand, specifically for holding the iDroid. I would have liked to have a robot hand do the same thing, or a cyborg arm, whatever, but instead of just his regular hand, but that's fine. He comes with an open hand, pretty much for holding the on or steadying his gun, and he comes with fists, of course. And I already have him equipped with. He comes with actually two hands for holding guns, one on each side, which also are pretty good pointing hands, so it's not bad. I like that. I like that they gave him hands to fit both sides, so he can have a gun on each side. And you will notice also the head, or the scarf, is smaller, though it does still kind of come up close to his mouth, but we'll get to that in a second, and I'll show you what he looks like with the scarf and his goggles on. And here is Venom Snake himself in his desert garb. To be honest, I don't give a shit. This is actually an accessory that I saw, maybe it was in the trailers, I didn't really see it. The only picture that I know of is the proposed cover that we've seen, the promotional images where he has this garb on, but I don't give a shit because I like him better when he has the regular cape on, and when he has his goggles off, it just looks more like Snake. So there's that. I mentioned how the knife can fit in the holster. It just fits back here like this. Boom. And the pistol itself can also fit in its holster, which is a soft rubber, which is fine. The only problem is once you get this open, it's gonna be a bit of a bitch to get it closed. It'll stay closed a bit, and then it'll just pop right back out. Or do that and actually stay closed a bit. But you can see... Oh, come on. There, it's hanging on for dear life. But it's there. So there's that. Now let's take a look at the articulation. If you were expecting bad articulation, you're gonna have a bad time.
Gonna have a bad time.
Yes, this figure is actually quite well articulated. The head is on a ball joint. I know it's not easy to see, but it is in a double ball joint. So he can move it around quite a bit, going crazy over here. The arms are internal ball joint, but it's on a sort of a ratchet joint outwards. So, but they ratchet at kind of like a 45 degree, 30 degree increment. So it's sometimes they stay, sometimes they just kind of flop down to the next one. But it's not bad, though. When you do get the ball joint in there, the arms can sag, which could have worked that a bit better. The elbows have a nice 90 degrees. Once again, click joints, ratchet joints in there. The hands are not on ball joints. They are on swivels on all the different axes, kind of like a Revoltech joint. And the hands just pop out as well, like a Revoltech joint. They're just... Ooh, there you go. On a post. Oop, just stick them back in there. Boom. Like most hands would be. Not really. If you can take your hands off, you should probably go see a doctor. The upper abdomen joints. Now here's where I have a bit of a problem with this figure. They don't really move. Like, they kind of move, but not much, not noticeably. And when you're trying to do any pose, it's just kind of like, oh, okay, I can shake a bit. Looks more like he has Parkinson's disease. But the hips swivel. Once again, there's a tiny bit of motion, but it always springs back to its original position, and it's kind of disappointing. I would have liked a little more clearance in there. And even the arm here, the cape is glued on sort of in the, kind of like a peg right around here. So trying to get it up all the way doesn't work. It just does not work. The legs, nice clicky hips, and the knees are actually good for Player's Kai, though the plastic makes me feel like it's going to snap in any second. Same with the boots, but what do you know? We'll get into the paint in a minute after I switch his head. Now, paint-wise, like I said, Player's Kai usually has a horrible way of painting things. They like to paint with a flat color and then airbrush it a bit and cover it with a paint wash without actually wiping the excess off. You're supposed to wipe it off, guys, but they don't do that. Well, this figure actually doesn't have that problem. It actually looks nice. I mean, the head is the main culprit usually, but you know, the paint wash gets in all the detail it's needed. The sculpting doesn't make it look like his face is made out of freaking concrete like some of the other ones. And it's rather nice overall. The only problem I can think of is his lips. We're not gonna get away from that. Those sweet ass big boss lips. Boss. He has good camo actually on him. Pretty much it's all outlined as well. So it kind of looks like real camo, which is pretty impressive. The Diamond Dogs logo on the side there looks good. I'm liking it, though. Sorry, the D looks a little messed up at the end of Diamond. The cape is pretty flat. Maybe a bit of airbrushing that I noticed. Other than that, can't really see anything. Lots of dry brushing. Once again, PlayArts Kai likes its dry brushing, which is fine. It works good on the bags here, and on the metal parts of the gun. I don't know if that's too bright or not bright enough. Let's try zooming in a bit. Oh. There we go. So, yeah, it looks fine. I think the colors are nice. I think the figure itself is relatively good. We'll take a step back and I'll give it its final grade. So, as a figure, it's okay. I mean, it's got nice paint. It's nice and big. The only problems that I can really think of is maybe the accessory count. Probably could have given him a bit more. The gun clip, or magazine, sorry, could easily have been removable, but they didn't. Maybe the bag could have been a little, or the holster for his pistol could have been a little better. Maybe some hard plastic on the little nub so that you can actually get it closed. Just small things like that. The iDroid, like I talked about before, but it's a relatively good figure. The only reason I would say not to get it is its scale. It is... PlayArts Kai does a stupid... I think it's 1/9 scale or 1/8 scale. It doesn't fit in with anything else besides PlayArts. And even then, some of the PlayArts have varying scales. So, like Venom Snake here probably won't fit in next to your Bayonetta figure. I've seen some of the Metal Gear figures that look smaller as, or bigger as the line progressed, and you gotta work on your scale, guys. I know some characters are bigger and some are smaller, but it just doesn't work. It doesn't fit. They just are getting it wrong. Pick a scale, stay with it, but I do think that this figure is a very good representation of Venom Snake. The only problem with the sculpting or anything. Maybe his head could have been a little bit bigger, but that's just me. And yeah, I would say pick him up if you can find him for a good price. But given PlayArts Kai's price lately of about $75 to $100, get it for cheap. I know, especially compared to Hot Toys or something, where the bigger scales are more preferable. This just doesn't fit in with anything unless you're getting all of the PlayArts Kai. And if you plan on getting things like Skullface, who just went up for pre-order, and Quiet, who's going to be coming out soon. I don't know when she comes out actually, or when she goes up for pre-order. I'm gonna wait for that. Pretty much know what you're getting into. It's a very different scale. It's a very different type of figure, really. All the clicky joints makes it feel different from a Hot Toys or from a Figma, where there are none of that. But it's relatively good. So, yeah. And if you're sick of Metal Gear stuff,
you fedora-wearing scrub nuts cannot comprehend the euphoria I've experienced.
I am Malware. Thank you for watching my videos. Like, comment, and subscribe if you would like to see more. Comment on what you think of the action figure if you have it yourself. And enjoy. Have a good night, guys. What's up, everybody? Bonzi Buddy.